is it tough to just stay focused on the task because you guys said it's only one game at a time, but we're all human, so I just want to hear about that.
Yeah, like you said, it's natural. We want to know where we are, but we're not going to pay too much attention to it. Our focus is definitely on Atlanta midweek and then Charlotte on the weekend. Obviously, a very important stretch in our season, both away games, both good teams. So, like you said, yeah, it's human nature to kind of look around and see where we're at. But, this team is super focused right now. We're just taking it day by day. All we really have is the present moment to control what we can control, and we'll see where we end up on decision day.
Morning, Joel.
Good morning.
There's a good amount of guys who were there last year at the same time. You guys were in a pretty similar situation. I wonder, what do you remember of the way you guys handled things at the time last year, and maybe if there are some lessons you can learn from that last stretch last year.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I think it came down to the last kick of a game in another game that we just missed out on playoffs last year. So similar situation. I think last year we were maybe a bit too focused on the future and making playoffs and making sure that we're there in the postseason. So I think going back to the first question, I think it's just taking it game by game. I know it's a cliche, but it really is. And all we're doing is really focus on Atlanta midweek and then Charlotte on the weekend and making sure that we get results away from home. Obviously, very difficult environments, tough games, but everyone's confident. We have a good feeling around the squad right now, so we're obviously going to try our best to do it.
You have a follow-up? No?
Yeah, why not? The next two games are on turf. I think a couple of guys mentioned it in the past few days. The coach is going to make his decisions about that fact, but as a player, from a player's perspective, is it realistic, or playing 2 games in 4 days on turf? Like, if you look forward to that, is it painful? Is it
yeah, looking forward to it probably isn't the right terminology. I mean, obviously, natural grass is a lot better for our bodies, for the pace of the game, how the game flows. But that's the nature of the league, and certain teams play on turf. Honestly, I haven't given it much thought. We maybe talked about it for 30 seconds, but it doesn't, decide whether or not we win and lose the match. They're playing on it as well. Obviously, it's a different surface than what we're usually playing on, but football is still football. The dimensions are exactly the same. So, we're just excited to be in both games.
Max, we can't hear you. Simon Salva again.
Yeah, Joel, how can you guys use the emotions of the last 5 games and uplift the team and be ready for the next 3 in the last stretch?
Yeah, I think momentum is a massive thing in any profession, but especially in sports. We have that momentum right now, obviously coming off a lot of good performances. But I felt in those performances we were just enjoying our football first and foremost. We were on the same page more. And we just did the simple things well. I think we were super focused on just the details and doing the proper things right. Last game was like a difficult one. Obviously, the scoreline didn't say it, but it was difficult to stay on task against a team that really has nothing to play for, and they have individual quality up top. So I was super proud of the guys to stay focused on the task and, making sure we give ourselves the best chance to be in the position that we're in.
Max, you want to try again?
Yes, do you hear me, Pat? Joel?
Yes.
Good, yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, okay. Sorry for that. Joel, you only have, I think, 2 wins on the road. You're going to Atlanta, a city where CF Montreal has a lot of difficulties in the last years. How do you approach that type of game against a team that want to make the playoffs like you? You're on the road. Will it still be an attack mode like Laurent said the other day, or you will be more defensive?
Yeah, I mean, what a time to change that record in Atlanta. I think it's, like I said before in my other answers, we're not looking at the past. We're taking it game by game, and this is a brand new season, a brand new year. And, What a great time to go into Atlanta and get a result. In terms of tactics, we've talked a little bit on how we're going to approach the game. But like I said, our style won't really change much, whether we're at home or on the road. We like to keep possession. We like to keep the details nice and tidy. And obviously we like to create chances and keep the ball out of our net. So those things never change.
Got it.
Joel, talking about Atlanta as an opponent, they rest on 3 draws in a row, but in each of those games, they came back from a 1-goal deficit at least once. I don't know if it's something you guys noticed, talked about, their resilience and the fact that maybe even if you take the lead in that game, being aware that it's not going to be over until the end.
Yeah, we know they're going to fight. We're going to fight too. I think it's just that time of the year and playoffs and what these games mean. They're at home. They have to perform in front of their fans. So, for us, it's making sure that if we do get that lead or we go down or whatever the scenario may be in the game, we stay calm, cool, and collected. And I think that's what we've been doing really, really well in these last, 4 or 5 games. We've had the composure, no matter what moments it's in, whether we're up, down, no matter what happens. And, for us, it's just about if we go up, is keeping that lead and keeping our foot on the gas pedal and getting a result.
Yes, Nick.
One last from me. You guys have scored 9 goals now in the last 4 games. I wonder, from your perspective, you watch some of those games from afar as well. Do you notice anything you guys are doing different, and how much easier does it make your job on the defensive end, knowing that playing with leads and everything?
Yeah, I think just the cohesion between Joseph, Bryce, and Caden has been amazing. I love watching them play. I think they all have similar qualities in the way they approach the game, and when they're cohesive and they're bouncing off each other and making sure that they're making runs for each other and being close together and 1-2 touch football, it's really nice to see. So we'll give them the best chance of keeping the ball out of our net and making sure they score. But for them, it's all 11 too. We're put in positions to succeed from our coaching staff and making sure that everyone's doing their part. Jaquil's been fantastic in the wing back position. Raheem as well. Sam and Atan in the middle. Everyone's just been doing their job to a very, very high level. And when you do that, you give yourselves the best chance to win matches. And hopefully that'll continue this week.
I think it's the same idea. It's always the idea, our desire is to qualify. It's gonna be the same every year. You're gonna be trying to do everything step by step. This year it's the same way. I think it's the same target. Just the difference is that we have different players, different coach, different idea of how we want to play and get these results. It's been a really different, I would say, season for us. Last season, I just played a couple of games. I played the last part of the season, so I can say now it's different because we're really we know we have the team to do this, and we're really excited to play these games. It's a really good moment for us to play these games, and we're gonna face them as best as possible.
You have another one?
No, right now, please.
Okay, thank you. Simon Salva?
Hi, Fernando.
Hi.
The team has been solid defensively in the last few games at home. How can you guys take this approach, this great results defensively and at home, and put it in the away games?
Yeah, and I think we need to manage better the moments of the games. Yeah, it's always a good feeling, like an extra feeling for you to play at home. I think for every team in the world. So it's another like feeling to play at home. But as you said, we need to put this effort, to put this desire to win the game and these games away. Probably it's not, we cannot face them the same way. Obviously, it's different because it's a different team. different situations. So I think we need to manage this with a lot of experience, with a lot of concentration, and that's gonna be the key.
Simon again.
Yeah, how can the team prepare for a week like this? Two games against teams that are fighting also for playoff spot. Or Charlotte is a bit higher, but how can you guys prepare for games like this with the emotions, with the intensity, and not stay focused on and to keep the focus on these games and not looking around at the standings and the other results?
Yeah, for sure. Look, when we put a step outside of the pitch on Saturday, we were already thinking in Charlotte, and that's the way we want to face these games, game by game. We cannot think about the game against Charlotte or against New York City if we lose this game. So I think we need to be focused on the next game. And this time is Atlanta, so we're trying to work on this and put 1,000% of effort on this game, and we have the players to come into the game to play if someone get an injury, so if someone get tired, I don't know, and I think we have the squad to manage these games.
Any other questions for Fernando? Please raise your hand, or that's it. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Je dirais qu'il y a plus de confiance entre eux en ce moment, un petit peu plus de réalisme, de réussite. Tant mieux. Je pense qu'on peut déjà, on peut quand même arriver avec plus de nombre dans la boîte et on peut toujours clairement 2-3 fois par match faire des meilleurs choix, le copain qui est un peu mieux placé, et on force un peu la frappe, je dirais, mais non, un peu des deux.
Nicolas, veux-tu enchaîner avec une autre question?
Oui. Vous partez pour un période de 2 matchs en 4 jours sur du turf. Est-ce que dans ces circonstances-là, les line-up pour les 2 matchs sont sensiblement décidés avant même le départ, en établissant qu'il va y avoir des rotations qui vont être nécessaires, ou c'est possible que le 11 Atlanta soit reconduit à Charlotte si les performances le justifient?
Bon, pardon. Hier, on était encore à 2 jours après le match et -2 avant le match. Aujourd'hui, on a vu comment les gars se sont réveillés et ont checké avec le staff médical. On a une petite idée de ce qu'on a envie de faire, mais on ne sait jamais comment aujourd'hui ça va réagir et plus le voyagement. Donc on a une petite idée. Après, on est prêt à ajuster, mais les gars sont prêts.
Maxime Troubert.
Salut Laurent.
Salut.
Dans les derniers matchs, tu nous as parlé d'avoir une mentalité attaque. On s'en va sur la route où ça a été un peu plus compliqué pour le club cette année. Puis le club a historiquement de la difficulté à Atlanta. Est-ce qu'on se pointe à Atlanta avec la même mentalité d'imposer notre style de jeu attaque, ou on doit modifier quelque chose vu qu'on est sur la route?
Ben, je sais pas si c'était mes mots. Je vais vérifier. Mais non, c'est cette idée de vouloir jouer vers l'avant. Après, je suis persuadé que c'est par ta menace de jouer vers l'avant, par la course, par les nombres et que tu défends moins. Ça ne veut pas dire attaquer n'importe comment et dans tous les sens. Et voilà, c'est toujours cette notion d'être dans le contrôle, mais de vouloir toujours aller vers l'avant et d'aller au but. Et pour éviter justement d'être trop dans une situation passive. Après, on connaît un peu le contexte d'Atlanta et on n'a rien à forcer, encore moins là-bas à l'extérieur. Donc on va essayer de trouver le juste milieu entre les deux.
Simon, ça va?
Bonjour Laurent.
Bonjour.
Sens-tu que dans les derniers matchs que vous avez joués à domicile, en fait, l'équipe était très bonne, très bien jouée offensivement, défensivement. Sens-tu que vous êtes capable d'amener ça à l'étranger pour cette semaine dans la préparation, dans la façon dont vous pouvez avoir un résultat positif à l'étranger dans les 2 prochains matchs?
Ouais, j'ai trouvé qu'on l'a emmené plusieurs fois. C'est juste qu'on a, je me rappelle de matchs de séquences à Seattle ou à Nashville ou à Columbus où on a fait de très belles choses. Après, il y a eu des matchs compliqués déjà dernièrement où compliqués dans le sens où on a concédé un peu trop rapidement et on s'est un petit peu effondré mentalement entre guillemets. Mais la capacité à produire du jeu à l'extérieur, on l'a montré. C'est juste de garder notre sang-froid pour ne pas s'exposer et ne pas forcer les choses. Mais un peu des deux, ouais, encore une fois.
Maxime?
Oui, Laurent, comment on approche 2 matchs sur synthétique quand on s'entraîne et on joue souvent sur naturel? C'est le jeu, c'est le soccer quand même, mais c'est différent sur du synthétique quand même. Il y a des particularités qui sont différentes. Est-ce qu'on va s'entraîner sur synthétique aujourd'hui à Montréal? Sur la route, est-ce qu'on va s'entraîner sur synthétique ou on continue de s'entraîner sur naturel puis on deal avec la réalité du synthétique une fois le match commencé?
Ah, il y a synthétique et synthétique. D'un turf à un autre, c'est le jour et la nuit. Donc celui-là, il n'aurait aucune comparaison avec celui d'Atlanta. Et donc non. Mais c'est clair que c'est des particularités, non seulement dans le jeu en lui-même au jour J, mais aussi sur comment le corps reçoit ce changement, plus avec le voyage. Donc c'est un petit peu particulier, ouais. Après, voilà, il y a pire. Y a pas, c'est pas non plus le facteur déterminant dans un mauvais sens ou dans un autre, mais c'est à prendre en compte.
Nicolas, à nouveau?
Oui, j'ai juste une petite précision avant de poser ma question. Comme l'équipe ne revient pas à Montréal entre les 2 matchs, est-ce que vous apportez plus de gars sur le voyage? Est-ce que vous êtes en mesure de nous dire qui reste à Montréal et si la majorité du groupe va voyager?
Il y a Lassie qui a un petit souci, Lapelainen qui a un petit souci à la cuisse, mais tout le monde est éligible.
J'en faisais mention à Joel tantôt. Atlanta reste sur 3 matchs nuls, mais dans chacun des matchs, ils sont revenus de l'arrière pour créer l'égalité à un certain point. C'est une équipe quand même qui a démontré de la résilience malgré ses difficultés récemment. Est-ce que c'est un point que vous avez remarqué, que vous allez demander à vos joueurs dont vous allez demander à vos joueurs de se méfier d'une certaine façon? Non,
très, très belle équipe avec un contexte chez eux pas facile à jouer. Clairement des belles individualités, surtout avec les 2 dernières acquisitions qu'ils ont fait. Mais bon, je dis tout le temps la même chose. Si nous, on est à notre niveau, dans un sens ou dans l'autre, on devrait être en capacité de faire des choses intéressantes aussi.
Et Maxime aussi, qui en a un autre?
Oui, en fait, je vais te poser une question en anglais, Laurent, pour Jay Turnbull, qui n'est pas capable de se unmuter. C'est correct, Pat?
Oui, absolument. J'allais la poser pour lui, mais tu peux y aller.
OK.
C'est gentil.
Parfait. Laurent, how is this team different than the one we saw during the rough stretch where you were losing important games? What changed?
Nothing. I didn't change anything. I train the same. I talk the same. We support the players the same. We address the thing the same. Right now they have a dynamic where they execute well together, and they do all the little things that make the luck going your way. You still see that the margin are thing one way or another. We could have conceded really early in the game too. That may change everything. So we stick to the plan. For now, it's working.